Hello everybody, my name is David, but you can call me Rev, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the previous episode, we were basically helping out Hythlodeus, Emetselk, and Hermes around while basically just kind of having our own little mutual objective. In doing so, we met Medion, who is probably one of my favorite design characters so far, and she's so nice. But she could also invade our souls and kind of communicate her feelings to us, and we kind of interpret them. It's all weird. Anyway, we're kind of doing errands and kind of helping out Hermes at the moment while he's learning about how he's becoming the next seat of Fandaniel. Not that I or anyone else would make use of it, even if we knew, but it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming that he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. What do you specialize in? Oh, you wish to know why Emetselk was chosen for the Convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. All right. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Amplos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released onto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Chartibus. That is what I shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main aisle and head north. And as always, you guys have already known that I am a be right back type of person. So I will do just that because traveling is long. Oh, wait. Oh, traveling isn't that far, but still. I understand there's a problem with one of the Chartibus. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Chartibus is based on a sea creature. Owing to the adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. The third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't even get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Chartibus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind, yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. And it's me thinking like, what? Fly? You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another bodies around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though as it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running around robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do in all of our power. But that as it may... Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emetselk, may I trouble you to move that Chartibus away from its fellows somewhere out of sight? Don't tell me this one's like just scared of doing it around his friends. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What are you doing? What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would, but spare you the need to report your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind? Okay, so Emmett's escorting it. I thought he was about to like blink it to a new location. Emmett is out of sight. Good. Let's speak of the plan. It was a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Selk trained the Chartabits. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can rarely see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed incapable of all he described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Binder, I want you to go to Emmett Selk and tell him that you have a favor to ask. He'll be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you must be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now. Good luck. Okay, so we gotta use the say command as homie is all the way over. Why do they keep making me walk? I understand it's an MMO, but I'm lazy. Also, what is that? The Occupetes? Occupete? I have no idea. But just so everybody has, a good grasp of time, today is the 17th by which I'm recording this. So it's been a little while since I've recorded the last time. I've been going overboard with these recording sessions lately, and so I've actually keep ending up with just this surplus of footage. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do need to put myself in a position where I can finish this expansion up already, so that way all I have to do is just worry about editing and releasing content. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? All right, let's go on ahead and /say. I have a favor to ask. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. All right, so we gotta... All right, /say, please, Emmett Selk. Oh, right, I have to have them selected. Did I not type it? I forgot the comma. Goodness. I forget a comma? Can't do it all of a sudden.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
This is already 11 out of 10.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please.
This reminds me of when we were talking to Fail Ol.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
That's...
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
He's such a troll. I love them.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
It's funny, he did bulge. What is that thing?
I will aid it once it is taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Okay, I see. They made this like a collaborative effort.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Okay. I'll sit back and relax. Except way too far from the mic. So sitting up straight it is.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the Convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether.
Oh, so you could have taken the seat.
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one, far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Kind of reminds me of us in a way.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end, but much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
I love this song, actually.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Maybe I'm just a later incarnation.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
I mean, that's my best guess. Of course, we can't obviously vocalize that, but I'm assuming that they're talking about Asa, the person who we're supposed to be like
I dare say
pretended
the
to be.
Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
This section of the game is surprisingly wholesome and is actually like, I don't know, it just makes me very happy, you know? All right, let's go on ahead and motion to Emmett Selk that he doesn't have to worry about this anymore. All right. I hate that they've been making me put down my controller, but I'm gonna go on ahead and wave to the man. Look at that, homie was able to fly. Could you imagine though if it was like walking and then like it walked off and then like it couldn't pick itself up? I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Chartibus has learned how to fly. Look at him, he looks so happy. And Bender and I can relax to have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you'll need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed this all from afar. Chartibus flies. Indeed, with this, we've proven that the creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, Chartibus is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. That is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we can guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are not born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Alright, come on, buddy. I'm naming you Jimmy. That's Jimmy over there. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all my present tasks. Let's return to Anagnosis for now. Or the center base area that I can't properly say. So, as we are on our way back, before I maybe cut back, I'm going to go ahead and walk back instead of TP. But between this session and the last, I had actually went to a content creator type of event called Expand Your Reach. And honestly, it was probably one of the most fun experiences I've had in a while. And one thing that spoke out to me the most is actually their piece on commentary. And so I've been trying to work on and trying my best to really kind of think about what I'm saying before actually saying it, so that way I don't have to worry about saying things like or like, and maybe in some cases just not even repeat myself anymore. So I may be talking a little bit slower, but that's just because I need to work on thinking through my brain processes a little bit more. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Sometimes I do hate the language that they use because I don't entirely know the pronunciation sometimes, but it is what it is. Tell me, Vendor, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. That's really the only key thing that I would say we took away. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? Lycaon, I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby something. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupants were keeping a wide berth. This nature of the Lycaon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. tempered and inside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and thought. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau would accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doris will avert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path of the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait! So I'm guessing a creature's run amok? That's the thing that I'm taking away from this? If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. As we follow, we shall go. I'm guessing, so one of the creatures ran amok is trying... Were they taking out the other ones? Oh my goodness, it's all... I swear. I may be like the laziest person on the block, but like, without flight, going from point A to point B to point C to D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Like, this is far. Okay, we made it over, yet all of them are kind of lying over... I don't want to know. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lycon was indeed responsible. But the creature's nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emitselk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycon didn't escape. My thanks. Let us meet you at the 12 Wonders once you're finished. I'll go on ahead. Please follow with Vinder. Alright, so we're going with Hermes. Come. It's this path down and over the bridge. I hope this thing isn't too big. But for some reason, like, my brain is more inclined to think that, it's like a baby Ifrit, because they said burns and stuff. But obviously, I don't know for sure. It would be really cool if this was our first instance of seeing, like, a primal of some kind. But like I said, I highly doubt that that's the case. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for him too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Doros! That's Doros. Well now, if it isn't Medion, what brings you here? See, I paid attention to detail. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lyca ones, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kitsis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says. The beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that Lycion has slaughtered the occupants. As the observers in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lyca ones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashrop may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values with prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate subject memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor. but it's still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. This all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet, insignificant though their lives may be next to all creation, it is all the like ones here. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with the full report and we may take it from here. Would it be possible for us to extend the discussion that MSL may better carry out its duties? By all means. Pray show them the meeting room. So you can see that like it's like starting to wear on his heart a little bit, at least with the way that things are like currently presenting themselves. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Medion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Vinder. Loath though I am to impose, I'll leave Medion in your care again. Of course. I'm in your debt. If you excuse me. Alright, before we continue on and see what Medion has to say, I think it's probably a good time we go on ahead and end the episode here. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching today's episode of Final Fantasy XIV. If you guys would like to support me on my socials or join the community with our Discord, everything's down in the description below. And with that, I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Are you alright? I can look after myself, you know.